This just popped in my head on the way over. What a mighty God we serve. What a mighty God we serve. Angels bow before him. Heaven and earth adore him. What a mighty God we serve. Key change. What a mighty God we serve. Okay, this is the 1 year anniversary of the Bad Brothers podcast. I was going to say something negative.
Insert applause here.
We're celebrating a year. Conan is going off the air.
Maybe we'll replace him.
We could replace him on TBS. He's going to HBO Max. I was going to say I had all these special plans for 1 year, and then we messed up when we needed to... I messed up when we needed to record.
Yeah.
And
I did too. I was working
hours. I had all these audio clips I was going to do from our first episode, and honestly, I listened to our first episode.
So bad.
Yeah, it was bad. B-A-D.
B-A-H-D.
Yeah. No. It wasn't Bad Baby. It was just regular bad. And I'm surprised anybody listens right now. It's not like that many people listen. They don't. TBH. But
Numbers update.
let's talk about it off the air.
Because there's too many.
Too many. Share it with your friends. Because we're in the swing of things. This is the time. Oh, perfect mic position. Sometimes it's too loud. That was great.
I pointed it for the tss, and then I pulled back for the pop.
Yes. This year we've already been voted Port Orchard's finest podcast. So that's 2020. We are 2020s.
I have a big announcement too for later in the podcast.
Okay.
So stay tuned.
2020. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. 2020 is we're voted Port Orchard's finest podcast. But this year we're also voted
like the Oscars.
Yeah, this year we're also voted Port Orchard's finest podcast. A small update. I did see Delilah still doing episodes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not really competition. She may have wider reach. I wonder what kind of podcast numbers she actually gets.
Probably not as good as ours.
I know at one point she was syndicated across the nation.
I know.
I think she only has pockets now. So let's see. I did have one little thing we could do today. And if I edit out some dead air,
she's on iHeartRadio.
I can do something else. But I have a year in review.
Ooh.
1 year since we've been doing the podcast. June, what did I say? 26th? 22nd? Anyways.
Sure.
June. Okay, so I am going to do 1 year of the podcast. Okay? I'm going to have some questions for you.
I just saw that Delilah just had Amy Grant on. She's stealing our content.
Oh, content stealer. Episode 17. I still remember that. That was a corner turning one.
Mm-hmm. That was.
Oh, we need to remember to do some thank yous at the end. Remind me.
Sure.
Okay, year in review.
Thank you notes.
Year in review. July 4th. This well-known figure announces his late candidacy into the 2020 presidential election.
Kanye West.
Ooh, July 4th. Kanye West. 4th of July.
Grandma Norma's town car.
I kind of messed that up a little, but it's basically...
The piccolo,
you weren't old enough, but Poppy had that stuff on tape. We would listen to it in the...
Yeah, I remember that. I just said Grandma Norma's
He
town car.
died.
I was alive.
He died when you were 4.
So I was dead when I was 4 or what?
You don't remember?
I remember.
You just remember Red Robin. We talked about that because of the tape. I think that was in our first one.
Oh, really?
Because we were like, do we remember that because we remember it, or do we remember it because we have the tape?
I relate that song with Grandma Norma and Poppy's house.
Okay, so that one is on there, and also this one. I don't remember how the rest goes. Do you know that song?
No.
Moon River. Do.
Okay. The neighbor.
Okay, August. This person reaches a net worth exceeding 100 billion, becoming the third centibillionaire alongside Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates.
Elon Musk.
No, that was later in the year. He became the world's richest person, $185 billion. This August 6th, Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg.
AKA at Zuck.
September. I don't really know how to announce this, but this Supreme Court justice died.
RBG.
Notorious RBG.
Thank you, Ruth.
I needed to include this one because, I mean, what did people know? There was like T-shirts and stuff and like much veneration happening, but did people know anything about Ruth Bader Ginsburg besides that she was old and on the Supreme Court? Nobody knew about her
And women's
verdicts.
Rights. I thought there was the big abortion one. Wasn't she involved in that?
I'm talking about what people knew before she died.
That's what I mean.
But
I thought they knew about that one.
I would say like the year before she died. Because the year before she died, everybody started talking about when is she going to die? Who is going to be able to replace her?
Can you say that word again?
Died.
Veneration.
Venerated.
Veneration, noun. Great respect or reverence. The traditional veneration of saints.
RBG, veneration of saints. She is a secular saint.
To some.
I mean, regarded as such. That was the comment I was making.
Unless you're anti-abortion, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
October 7th. This red-roofed company files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy after closing 163 restaurants.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut is the answer. 4th grade, I won the year-long, not just the monthly personal pan pizza. I won the record. 4th grade? I moved in 4th grade.
The reading one?
Must have been in 3rd grade. Yeah, what was that called? Scholastic Readers, Pizza Hut, personal pan pizza.
Getting the little stickers until you got 10 or whatever, then you get a pizza.
Yeah, so we got to go with the principal. It must have been 3rd grade, which makes this even more insane. I ate a medium pizza by myself.
Wow.
That is when I knew I could eat a lot. And I ate half a dessert pizza.
Is that 8 pieces?
Shout out to dessert pizza. November. This TV figure dies at the age of 80 following year-long battle with pancreatic cancer.
Alec Trebek.
That is incorrect. We need your response in the form of a question. Who is Alex Trebek?
What is Alec Trebek?
Dead.
Is it Alex or Alec?
Alex.
Is it though?
It is. Wikipedia says so.
Okay.
December 11th, 3 months after September 11th. Except 2020. Not 2001. I'll never forget. The FDA grants emergency authorization to this vaccine, beginning shipments to all 50 states December 13th, and the first doses administered December 14th.
Pfizer.
The Pfizer BioNTech
Pfizer gang.
COVID-19 vaccine. Yes, Pfizer gang. Did you get both of them?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. I'm waxed and vaxxed, baby.
Okay, this is Bad Brothers Podcast, year in review. This is things that have happened since we started the podcast.
Podcast.
Oh, man. Okay, speaking of COVID, this is one of the facts I found interesting.
Okay.
I wouldn't have guessed this. Oh, I just gave you a clue. January 14th, COVID-19 pandemic. This state becomes the first to administer 1 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine.
New York.
I said it would not be one you think. You missed the one clue I accidentally gave.
I didn't think it would be New York.
Okay, well, the answer is Texas.
What? Joe Rogan's Texas?
That's what I thought that was weird.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Well, how many people do they have? They have a lot.
They have a lot. So,
Lots of old fat people.
yeah, you would think. Yeah, I just thought that was one of the ones that struck me as sort of interesting.
Was she a great big fat lady?
February 7th, this team won Super Bowl LV.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
They defeated the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, yes. Chiefs.
Also, your divorce was finalized around this time. Woo! March 29th. This is a personal inclusion. A judge orders 3 men charged with plotting this state's Governor Gretchen Whitmer to stand trial after a 3-day preliminary hearing. Threat of terrorism charges are also dismissed against 2 of the defendants.
Wisconsin.
No, Michigan was the state where we were looking for.
I knew it was up there somewhere.
This was one of the most entertaining parts of last year. There was many entertaining parts. There was that video of the drunk white guy in the gas station.
The Twisted Tea guy?
Twisted Tea, which has been sitting in the notes app for a long time.
Just a
With the Twisted Tea across the face.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That was the best video of 2020.
And it exploded.
Oh man. Just the way he picks it up. He picks it up so casually and he kind of bounced. I don't think he flipped it. He just kind of bounced it in his hand to get the right angle.
Yeah,
And
he was kind of getting it more towards the end.
Yes.
Kinda
And just douche right across the face. Sorry for saying douche. Apologize to our female listeners. But that was the closest sound effect I could imagine. Douche! Right across the face.
Skadoosh.
Skadoosh. Kung Fu Panda. Yes, the video of the... next to the Twisted Tea guy, up there somewhere in the top 5, is the video of these assailants practicing their terrorism techniques in the purple PT Cruiser.
Oh yeah,
They're in
PT
fatigues and Kevlar
Yes.
and practicing in the PT Cruiser. One of my favorite videos of the year. I believe that we talked about that in a previous episode. We're going through April 24th. A viral internet meme encourages users named Josh Swain to compete in a battle event to complete in an event in Lincoln, Nebraska, and battle for the right to use the name Josh Swain. The event draws a crowd of several hundred people and raises what amount?
The Josh fight.
The Josh fight, and raises what amount? Several hundred people raising what amount for charity?
1.2 million.
1.2 million. The answer is 8,000.
Million?
8,000. I have no reason for including this fact except that it sort of goes with the kind of people who would show up for a battle for the best battle to use the name Josh
Yeah. And then that kid won.
The kid won. Several hundred people raised $8,000. I just found that funny. I have no connection to this fact at all. I apologize. We're almost done. May. The Department of Energy launches Perlmutter, the world's fastest AI specialized computer. With what whatever performance? How many
2 gigabits.
bytes?
2 gigabyte.
2 gigabytes
No.
of performance?
No, what's after terabytes?
I don't know.
So it must not be that.
That's why I liked this. The what?
1,000 terabytes a second.
1,000 terabytes? Well, you'll have to look this up because this supercomputer had 4 exaflops of performance.
How do you spell it? Is it EX?
EXAFLOPS exaflops. I did not know what that is. I found it humorous.
Exaflop to gigabytes.
I left out all the shootings of this year and just went with things that I found humorous. Exaflops is
1 quintillion, that's 10 with 18 zeros, floating point operations per second. Floating, the flop, it's exa and then capital flop, floating point operations per second.
interesting.
An exaflop is 1,000 petaflops.
Oh, I petted a flop or two in my day.
Here we go. To match what 1 exaflop computer can do in just 1 second, you'd have to perform 1 calculation every second for 31 billion,688,765,000 years.
What? We can't.
You'd
Our
have-
brains can't comprehend billions.
You'd have to do 2 plus 2, 31 every second for 31 billion years. And that's how much an exaflop can do in a second.
WTH. Because I'm not Christian. Okay.
God is doing it. God is doing it.
God is doing a new thing. June 2021. This podcast reaches 1 years. Oh, my butt is sweaty.
How in the outfit?
Oh, man. Thank you for joining us in that year in review.
Has anyone listened for a full year?
Okay.
All in.
Now, let's talk about people who have listened for a whole year.
And are we done yelling now? Because it's past 9 o'clock.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
10 o'clock is it past 9?
Yeah.
How long have we been going? Okay, we're good. 9:07 p.m.
My oven says 9:08.
Let's do some thank yous. Thank yous from the Bad Brothers podcast. I have a few in my mind.
Let's go back and forth.
Okay, I have a real easy one, which is Tammy. Tammy is my wife. She is the bad spouse because there's only one. And
Wouldn't mine be the bad spouse? Just kidding.
the officially licensed bad spouse of the podcast is the colloquial known bad spouse of the podcast. Yes, the officially licensed bad spouse of the podcast is Tammy. And I would say Tammy has been very encouraging because to come over here, podcasts like tonight, I left the house at 7:30. I wasn't there for the kids' bedtime. We're recording on a Thursday, and I'll be here for a while. I'll miss doing the baths. I'll miss.
You can give me a bath.
I could give you a bath. We could do a bath together. Either way, you could give me a bath. We could just fill the bathtub up with water and kneel on the outside and just splash around in it. There's lots of things we could do related to the bathtub. We could get in it without water feeling filled up. We could get oil.
Thank you, Tammy.
We could oil our bodies up and roll around like eels.
All I have is extra virgin olive oil.
Well, we need to stay virgin, so that would be fine with me. But I do want to say thank you to Tammy because she's always been encouraging. You know, she had the foresight to sort of see, like I've kind of said in other podcasts, this has transitioned from sort of a lark.
Can't wait till we have video.
To something that I mean, the time we spend together, I really look forward to. I've said that before, so I don't need to go into that a lot, but it's such a fun thing, the hours that we spend doing this.
Lark, a merry, carefree adventure.
Yes, carefree. I mean,
Escapade.
C'est la vie. I mean, that's what it was at the beginning.
Good-natured mischief.
Well, not mischief, but...
Something extremely easy to accomplish.
Yeah, at the beginning, it was just a thing we were doing. It's just a lark. It's just something offhanded. Just a little floozy, flopsy, exafloppy thing. And now it's a thing I really look forward to. We're both sort of committed to it in this way. I mean, it's still fun, but, you know, we figure out when we can do it, when we can whatever. But it's turned into, yeah, like I said, the time we spend together, what it has brought us in terms of talking more, texting, just our communication and spending time together and stuff. It's been really fun. And Tammy at the beginning definitely had the foresight to say, like, hey, no, go do this, go spend time. You know, I spend a little money on this, blah, blah, blah. And she's really been supportive of it. And so I thank her for that personally.
Thank you.
From the Bad Brothers podcast.
Thank you, Tammy.
Officially, thank you, Tammy. You got one. Go.
So you caught me off guard. I thought you were still going. Do you want me to, how specific should I be?
Any, whatever.
I'll say thank you to the jiu-jitsu guys for their...
All together. They don't even get mentioned, jiu-jitsu guys.
The jiu-jitsu guys for this specific thing. They can have thank yous for other things, but for always giving the direct feedback Tuesday mornings as they drive in. Whatever happens in like the first 15 minutes of the episode.
Thank you for the screenshots.
Yeah, the first 15 minutes of the episode Tuesday morning at 5 a.m. when they're driving to the gym, and then you get the update. And then they say something like, oh my gosh, and you said blah, blah, blah. And then I don't remember because I recorded it 2 weeks ago, and I'm just waking up, and I'm just like, yeah. But thank you for the feedback. Thank you for listening. Thank you for telling other people about it.
Yes, the feedback is fun. So I'll say this thank you to Karen, who, okay, that's one change. Karen moved out from this year. Oh, I was going to say what has changed from beginning of the podcast till now, but I was going to say at the beginning of this year, a year ago I lived with Karen, and now I do not because she graduated PLU, teaching degree. Go Karen. But also listen from the beginning, even when the episodes were bad. And maybe at the beginning didn't laugh so much, but she probably laughed and enjoyed the podcast more than any other person. And that was sort of encouraging. So when we lived upstairs and she lived downstairs, she would listen to the podcast. Sometimes right when it came out, and I could hear her downstairs like...
Chortling.
Chortling. Definitely chortling. Okay, chortling is in a lot of like kids' books. I think it was in Harry Potter a lot or something.
Oh, really?
But it's like there's only so many words for a laugh. synonyms.
Yeah.
And so if you're an author, you got to throw a chortle in, even though nobody
Well, I feel like it's
knows, cares,
I feel like it's pretty specific sound.
says. Okay, go. What is it? Chortle. That's a chortle to
I
you?
believe so. The nose laugh.
Okay, when I laugh. Okay, let me try to do my laugh. When I'm editing the podcast.
Not your laugh.
When I edit the podcast, I see it go like on the sound waves. I see it go tuk 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 tuk.
The rhythm of it.
Okay, come on, dictionary man, look up chortle. But I will say thank you to Karen. Her fits of laughter.
Mm-hmm.
That's another good one. Authors, you can use that. Fits of laughter kept me afloat on because there's. You know what? There's episodes that I didn't like, okay?
Just his breathy, gleeful laugh. It says joyful, partly muffled laugh. If you have a toddler, you'll recognize the sound of a delighted chortle. I don't know. I don't get it.
YouTube chortle.
Okay, you talk.
Wait, I just got done talking. I'll look it up. Do you have another one?
Thanks, Obama. I want to say thank you, Michael, for all your time spent editing the podcast.
You're welcome.
And at the beginning, I offered my help, but then I stopped asking because you always just did it.
Well, there's only so much.
I know. Too many chefs in the kitchen. You can only do.
Oh, thank you, Will, for studio blank blank. I can't say. We said it one episode. Studio 9C.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for this T-shirt I'm in.
The
whatever this is called. Wait, do we have any more thank yous?
I can't think of any right now. If I think of it,
Okay, I will thank you for this T-shirt I'm in. What would you call this T-shirt I'm in?
we would thank our sponsors.
Thank you to the sponsors. Yes, how could we not? Thank you, Big Nate's Trading Cards. Ow!
Mark's Barbershop.
Hold on, Big Old Nate. I hope people call you Big Old Nate in your life. Mark's Barbershop. Mark's Barbershop.
I got that fresh fade today.
From Marky Mark?
Yeah. No. From Johnny John, Mark's son, remember?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Barber's son.
The mustachioed one.
Yes.
And Brindle Ridge Farm also has been a supporter from the beginning.
Definitely.
I don't know if they listen anymore, though.
Milking the cucumber episode.
They haven't commented any. They haven't given any indication that they listen. I tagged Mr. Farmer in the episode that we called him Mr. Farmer in Doxton.
Didn't he share it or something?
I don't know, but he liked the post. But I don't know if that means that they listen.
Yeah.
Or what?
Does he know how to use Instagram? He seems pretty.
Don't.
He seems pretty.
He seems comfortable with himself, and he doesn't need to put his life on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he seems. He seems manly.
Wait, have you got a text back yet?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did get. Sorry, I got a text back.
And I was like, I got a text, and.
Oh, you did.
And it had nothing to do with that.
Oh, ha! This is great. Your girlfriend is telling me she likes me with my pants off. Anyways.
Oh, no.
What I am wearing right now. Will gave me a gift for the 1 year anniversary of this podcast. Let's just say it was.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let's not say it was because that means I didn't get you a gift. Will gave me a random gift tonight that happened to be when we were recording the 1 year anniversary of this podcast. And, okay, so our Father,
I believe we talked about this on an early episode.
not who art in heaven, but who art on earth, our actual Father,
Who art in Tennessee.
he has always, for as long as I have known. You know what? When did he start? I don't remember Poppy wearing this kind of dress. You know what? There, I meant dress as in clothing style, but literally it is a dress because Father wears some sort of nightgown.
Yep.
It looks like a nightgown. It's plaid.
Scrooge
Yes.
esque.
If he would just wear a nightcap,
Yeah. And hold a little candle.
You would see him every Christmas time. But you don't. He just wears it around the house in the morning. His balls are falling out. Things like that.
Bumblebee tuna.
And so he wears this plaid sort of dress thing that comes down right above your knee. It's sometimes cut up on the side, like where the front piece and the back
split on each side. Yep.
Front piece and back piece meet. It kind of goes up, whatever that's called. He looks, just throw some tights on him. He'd be a Coachella girl. You know what I mean?
Or like a normcore Renaissance fair hobo.
And so he's wearing those outfits. He wore them all the time. He wore them when we were down there just visiting. Memphis Special 1 and 2. Hope you like the extra episode. That's another thing. We recorded... So we published, I think, 53 episodes. Mm-hmm. We saved our audience from about 4 episodes.
Yep.
This year, so you're welcome. You owe us a thank you.
Yeah, so he wears the pajama dresses.
And so I show up tonight to Will's casa, and he has a gift for me, and it is a elongated t-shirt. And I sent it to Tammy, and she said, "Is it supposed to be that long?" I'm like, "Yeah." It goes down to my knees. It's 100% supposed to. And so I
just saw it online, and it was like $11, and I was like, I have to buy this
from
now.
Shine. It's got a cool little logo on it, which makes it kind of cool. The neck is
like
a V.
It's like a modern dad gown.
You know what it reminds me of is Arabian Nights, like Arabian Days. It has a slightly Middle Eastern
vibe.
I don't want to fetishize. I don't want to be Asian fetish guy, because ew. But there are something when the guys wear those like long
robes.
The African, some like African styles have that too.
Yeah,
where they wear the long robe thing. I think that looks sick
with pants.
With pants, yeah.
The one
or not.
The one that has the pants underneath.
Yeah. But there are sometimes, like, when I go to Cambodia, the guys are just wearing, like, essentially like a skirt, like a wrap, sarong kind of whatever. I think, okay, do I think that looks cool, or do I think it looks cool because, do I think it looks cool for what it is, or do I think it looks cool because it's different? What do you think? Probably a little both. That's what I'd say. It's always
kind of like sometimes a kilt looks cool, but then you're like, nah.
Oh yeah, they have that kilt. What's that Seattle kilt place?
Utila kilt.
Yeah, that's like too much.
Yeah.
You know what turns me off from kilts? People who wear kilts.
Yeah.
There's a certain type of guy who wears
unless
a kilt.
you're like a legit Scottish guy. The guys who wear kilts in America have a type.
Yeah, so I had my jeans on, but I took them off. So now I'm just in the boxer briefs. And now the shirt is riding up, so it's really just the length of a t-shirt, and my balls are visible. The shape of them, anyways. Not the flesh. And so I'm feeling Arabian. Speaking of Arabian, it's just I'm glad you gave me the shirt because I had something to share, which is one of the unfortunate things that went along with this pandemic is one of my favorite convenience stores near my work closed down.
7-Eleven.
No, it was a. You know what? I don't think it was a chain one. I don't think it was part of a major chain.
This is like a bodega.
Exactly. What could be commonly described as a bodega, Korean bodega.
Oh yeah.
There's an apartment complex near my work. Also, half the people that live there have to be Korean. They were the people that ran this place. And unfortunately, downtown Tacoma, it's all like business people. There's not a lot of extra traffic besides, people are there
at this time
9 to 5ers. No, well,
or always.
Always. You ever go down to downtown Tacoma on a weekend or on the evening? It's not popping.
What?
It is
popping for me.
Nah, there's just one or two places popping.
I pop off there.
I know, but it's not like a major city downtown.
No.
Oh, it's the weekend. Things are popping.
No, it's not like Seattle.
And so, anyways, as soon as all the workers were staying home, this place had to close. It's kind of sad, but
that's unfortunate.
So then I make the jaunt, or I ride the tram,
the electric one,
down to a major chain gas station, Chevron, I believe. And I go in there, and the workers are there. I'm not sure. I thought I heard one time they're Egyptian, but I could be wrong. And I don't want to assume.
Persian?
Middle Eastern as well. But they have been doing something that I love.
Is saying Arabian like saying Oriental?
No,
because
I don't think so.
United Arab Emirates.
Yeah, I don't think so. But they always have incense burning at this place. And you know what I've realized after the many times I've been in there?
Makes your nose run?
I'm an incense guy.
Oh.
I think. So I ordered, Amazoned. I researched some different scents and things like that.
Frankincense?
Frankincense is a major scent that you can buy, but I didn't get it. I got sandalwood and then some other one.
That's my deodorant.
So, yeah. So my little holder, incense holder,
the little ash hole.
It's got 2 ash holes in it.
Nice.
Well, it's got 1 ash hole, 2 ash holders.
Is this incense sticks or cones?
Sticks.
Or have you seen the Japanese one where it's like a bowl?
Yes, I have.
And you finely grate the bark and then you light it in the.
I don't think that's just Japanese, but yes.
Asian.
Stop Asian hate. But yeah, it's just the sticks. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna see if I like it. I got a lot, so I better like it. I think I will. You'll
like the carcinogens.
I love the carcinogens, and I like an aura. You know what I mean?
Aura?
We talked about it here when we were talking about candles and everything. I like vibe. Set the vibe.
Setting.
Turn down the lights. Get some incense going.
Speaking of lights.
Bow, wow, 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 wow. Anyway, so thank you for 1 year of the pod. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Depends on how much time we have.
Do we have not long? 0.
I'll just say, okay.
No, I mean not 0.
I was going to tell about my convenience store experience in Portland.
Okay, go.
Okay, so it was 5 a.m. before I had to go to this train station in the morning after spending the night in Portland. And I was like, I'll run over to Starbucks. And this is a very sketchy 7-Eleven. 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 And
I thought you said Starbucks. Where does
Starbucks
7-Eleven
is
come?
on the other side of 7-Eleven.
Okay.
So it's 5 a.m. It's dusk, or it's twilight. What's the morning version of dusk?
Yeah.
It's not that you can't see the sun, but there's some light.
Yes.
And so I'm walking over there, and since the last time I was in Portland, apparently this the 7-Eleven has had to do some deterrent of the outdoor sleeping population.
Did they do the music?
So I roll up.
You know, the places that play the music and stuff.
So I roll up to this dimly lit 7-Eleven in this sketchy area of Portland, and it's just...
I guessed it?
Yeah, it's just like this crazy opera music. And at first I couldn't tell it was coming from
I just coughed in the mic. What was I doing?
7-Eleven. I didn't know it was coming from the 7-Eleven, so it was just me, and like everything else was quiet, and then just this crazy opera, Phantom of the Opera music. And I was like, what's going on? And then as it got closer, I noticed it was coming from the outside of the 7-Eleven to deter the sleepers.
Yes. Sometimes they play that like mosquito sound.
Oh, yeah.
The high pitched.
But don't most older people not hear that?
I guess.
There was a little like underpass tunnel going to the beach in Oceanside, and they played obnoxiously loud music too.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, I was just, for about 37 seconds, I felt like I was the main character in a thriller movie.
Oh, video game, maybe.
Yeah. I knew, like, I was like, video games have trained me for this.
The Purge.
Yeah.
You were about to purge.
Apparently. I'm about to purge my kidneys in the bathroom.
Alrighty.
Thank you for 1 year. so much. So I appreciate all the effort you put into it because I just show up like the movie star
I
and
just drowned a fruit fly. And I'm not sorry. In fact, I just might do it again. At least it's not as bad as skinny dipping.
could you at least
And that's all I have to say about that. That's it, that's all.
That was a chortle? Come on, at least preview the video
Okay,
first.
that said chortle 183,000 views. This video is called Chortle Chuckle Guffaw. Guffaw, good one.
Hoo hoo, ha, ha ha, hoo hoo, he he, chortle, ha, chortle chuckle guffaw. Oh, that Jim Carrey character. Ha.
Oh, it's okay. Delete, edit out of the podcast.
All of this. Like I was saying, thank you for your hard work editing the podcast. I just show up.
Edit that out. Okay, here we go. Learn English words.
That's the word, though. It's not going to be the sound.
Ads.
Stop. You're banned from looking up videos.
YouTube demonetized. We did have an episode get demonetized.
For what?
When we played Isn't That Ironic? That was your choice.
But we only
To
played...
chuckle or snort in amusement or glee.
There's nothing about breathiness in this definition.
When the professor made a dry joke, not a single student thought it was worth the effort of a chortle.
Chortle.
As Santa Claus listened to the little boy's joke, he started to chortle in amusement. The sound of
I'm
Vera's
loving it.
chortle reminded
McDonald's.
me of a happy
Turn
pig
that
snort.
off.
Did you hear my grandmother chortle gleefully when she recalled the fun days of her youth? The serious actor gave a fake chortle when the reporter asked
Hold on.
him a ridiculous question.
This guy's got Billie Eilish
to
hair.
chuckle or snort in amusement or glee. Chortle. To chuckle or snort in amusement or glee.
Didn't you just say that?
Chortle. To chuckle or snort in amusement or glee.
Stop. Turn it off.
The music, though.
Let's listen to Vern
Okay.
Let's listen to Vern Lundquist on CBS Sports.
I can feel it up here. I mean, there's no intensity in this booth. I'll tell you that. I mean, if you're going, are you blaming me? No, it's me.
Vern Lundquist.
Oh.
While watching
Vern Fonk.
LSU.
Vern Fonk, R.I.P.
I said thank you for editing the podcast. You go.